About it's I think it was fly like an eagle or squawk like a chicken. And the story is about this guy that catches up with this dude at the airport, and he jumps in the car, and he's just, at first kind of amazed how clean it is, and next thing you know is, the guy's like, hey, where you going? They get going. He's like, would you like a Diet Coke or a regular drink? Would you like the New York Times, the Time magazine? He's going on and on. And it's just just unbelievable service. Like, if you'd like me to point out, things on the way from the airport, I can, or you can just, be quiet and do your work or relax, whatever you'd like to do. And then he started talking about, how unusual it is to have all these options and choices in a cab, and how nice it was. He grabbed his bag and threw it in the car, and it was just, just top notch all the way. And he said, about 6 years ago, I mean, really, it's kind of unique that you even have a chance to sit in my car today, because I just had a cancellation. This flight got canceled. Normally I'm only by appointment, because about 6 years ago, I was tired of listening to these guys complain all the time. He's like, I just decided to make a difference and just do the best I can. And made sure his car was clean, it was stocked with everything, and then got to the point where people started reserving him. So he didn't even need to, advertise or hang out with these other guys and hope for a fare. He was busy all day long. So it's just a great story of just taking pride in what you do, and people respect that. And
you got it from here.
And okay, it's all good.
All right.
Yeah,
right.
and it's true. Like Ed and I we were on the phone a little bit before this, and just talking about how even though so my new living situation is interesting at best. So, but what I had before compared to this is like I'm like so grateful, like I was telling Ed, so my roof's leaking like crazy right now, right? And so I was telling Ed, I'm like, yeah, well, it didn't leak in the summertime. I don't really know what the deal was. So, but that's because it didn't rain, right? So,
It leaks when it rains.
yeah. So, but you know, I could be living in my truck, or I could be living in, the garage that I was going to be living in, or living with an abusive relationship, or all those things. But man, I'm pretty grateful to have a leaky roof right now. I got to tell you that. I'm pretty stoked on it. So, um, so it's pretty good. But still, I know I'm going to fix it eventually, right? It's going to be
Right.
fixed one way or another. It's going to be fixed. So I won't have a leaky roof anymore, whether it's summertime or wintertime. So, it's going to be pretty sweet. So that's just one step better. And, just, I think this has to do a lot with business too, is we're super impatient. I've been learning a lot about being patient with stuff, like it's okay, Henry, like you're talking about, making your calls, like having that stress of trying to make 40 calls this week, that's a lot to do, I mean, that's a lot to do, no doubt, but if you just like are patient with it and just, hey, so what's 40 is 8 a day, about 8 times
Yeah.
5 is 40. Yeah, 8. So what if you did like 3 in the morning, right? 3 at noon, and then 3 at 3 o'clock. I'm just saying,
I'm gonna use that saw in a second
like
here.
that. All right, can we hear the saw when you use it?
Oh shit, I'm not muted.
It's all good, dude. We want to hear the construction site.
Sorry about that, guys.
No.
I
Oh,
cut it
nice.
3
You got a little
times and
railing
it's
going
still
there,
too
huh?
short. Yeah,
Come
I'm
on,
a stair guy.
come on up to Northern California. You can help me with my roof.
NorCal? Yeah.
Take you surfing. uh, uh, but anyway, so you break it up into smaller pieces, right? And it's not so daunting. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah, it makes sense. It's more manageable that way,
Yeah.
right? If you
It's
break it
like,
up. I get
okay,
you. I get you.
yeah, do 3 in the morning, and then, maybe you do, maybe, you get, because I know for me, like when I get started, like it's really hard for me to get started sometimes, like I can piddle paddle around forever. But once I get started, if I just sit down and I'm just like, okay, this is what I'm doing right now. We're freaking done. We're doing it. So then I'll do it, and then, you get a good one, you get a bad one, you get up, you get something to eat, make sure you have food in your stomach, because if you're hungry, you're going to get mad, and, your mind is going to be, um, if you're not eating good food and stuff, it's always good to have, you know, like, you don't want to eat shitty food and then get on the phone, like go to freaking Wendy's and eat which I have done, a bacon cheeseburger and a junior bacon cheeseburger and fries and a big old Coke, like a $2,000 calorie lunch, and then try to go back and make calls. Not going to be very productive. I pretty much guarantee you that. So I would be more apt to taking a nap. So, uh,
Was that
which I
city
have done.
food or
Huh?
city food? What was the name of the
Yeah.
place?
Shitty walk.
City Walk.
City Walk.
Yeah. Has some shitty chow mein, it's so fucking funny. I can't believe they get away with that shit. That's on South
That's a
Park.
funny show.
Um, okay, so I'm gonna do a quick little REI reply thing and set up my whole text blast today for you guys. You guys are up for that? Shouldn't take too long, but it'll give you a kind of a good idea on how this how I do the whole thing and how it's set up, um, and we'll just do this real quick. So, okay, so basically, I'm going to go to my the automated REI. Okay, I just did a text blast yesterday. Hopefully, I mean, not a text blast, but a scrape. Hopefully, it went. If it didn't, I'm going to use one of Connor's. Uh, okay, let's see what happened here. Yesterday, thought I did the scrape, and it was okay, good. So I got 390. So I'm going to download it. You guys can see all this, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm open this up.
Yeah.
So I need to enable editing. So I change these things right here. So I'm going to change this to, this is just editing the list. And address stays the same. I just go phone number instead. Phone, and this is going to turn into tags. Okay, and then this is getting deleted. Okay, and the tag's going to be LAOCT. So that's just Louisiana, October. So then just do it. This is a little tag trick right here where you just drag it. Give me a sec till it gets all the way to the bottom. Boom. Okay, so we're in. Okay, so then I'm going to save. I have to save it as a CSV or whatever it is. Save as, what is it? CSV. Okay. So now that's saved. Okay. So then we go to REI reply. If anybody has questions along the way, please ask. And we're going to go down to contacts. Contact smart lists. Okay, and then we're going to go import contacts. Select file. Downloads. Oh, I forgot to save it as that. That's okay. 17. Good. Okay, so here's where it shows how the things are going to be set up for the thing. So it'll be the website, will be the Zillow website, the address of the property. I got price in there, but we don't want that anyways. Doesn't matter. The phone number and the tags. Okay. So usually I don't have the price in there. I would take that out on the list, but I didn't do that. Okay. So then we're going to continue. Okay. So this is how it's going to look. So the price didn't come up. Okay, cool. So that's everything that we want right there. Continue. And then update with data. This doesn't really matter, just the way it is. Continue. No tags because I already put tags in there. Done. So it's downloading 394. So now I can go like this. This is kind of a pain in the ass sometimes. So see, like it only shows. So if I go LAOCT, oh, it's got all of them. Look at that. Okay. So 359. Wait a second. Okay, yeah, today's the 21st, right? I was like tripping on that. Okay, so we're gonna do all records. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my campaigns. So the campaigns you can set up a lot of different ways. I'll show you how I set I have one campaign that I'm using right now for all my Zillow stuff. So I only use this one campaign. So I can, let me see here. So here's how this sort of works. So I have this one campaign. I use only, so there's all these different campaigns. These are all campaigns that I've done before. Kentucky, Louisiana, different price ranges. So I use Zillow lease option. Okay. So the way the campaign is set up. So actually, I wanted to get your guys' opinion on this because I want to change this. And so let's do a little discussion on what this message should say. So this is the first message that goes out. Let me just show you how this works. So when I get this thing all set up, this is the first message that'll go out, and it'll go out 30 seconds after I set the campaign up or the time. So right now I have it going out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday between 8:30 a.m. and 10 a.m. my time. Okay. So here's the first message. It says, "Hey, Mark here. I saw your place on Zillow at whatever the address is. My son and I are looking for a place like this to invest in. If I was to offer you full asking price, would you be open to something creative for 18 to 24 months? Would you? We have money down. Let's talk." So what do you guys think about that message? Tell me what other message we might say. Somebody got something? What do you got, Vaughn? What do you think?
Oh, I mean, I like it, especially when you're incorporating your son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So do you think it's too long? Connor thinks it's too long.
it's pretty long. Yeah, but do you feel like it's always necessary to tell them that you have money down? Because I know we're
Well,
trying to get that as low as possible.
yeah, it never matters.
It never matters.
Never matters. I get people that'll hit me back and say, "How much do you have?" You
Right,
know,
right.
quite a bit.
Because that's
And then,
more incentive.
right. So that is one that Justin uses a lot on a lot of his messages.
Okay.
So he uses the money down. So I'm following along with the people who are doing it and are successful. So
No doubt.
I like the money down thing. The other thing that I've been thinking about either cutting out or adding, which I've done it a couple times before, but it would be like yes, no, maybe, because you're gonna weed out the people that way. You'll get people that'll say no right off the bat, you know, and then you'll get people that will think, well, maybe, you know. Um, so that would be.
I'm
So
done.
let's see. So give me some ideas here. What do you guys think? How could I'm looking for a place like this.
That that's pretty much what I do. I only have 5 different ones, and they're kind of variations of that. But sometimes I like slipping in there like a you wouldn't be down, or you wouldn't be open to doing, or just going negative. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I got on here. You wouldn't be open
Oh,
to doing something creative,
okay,
you know.
nice.
I like that a lot. I do that a lot too. I really like that part. Um,
For sure.
so I would like to change. Uh, maybe I could say something like, see if I could shorten it down some. So I could go and look for a place like this to invest. About So this is what it looks like on people's phone right here. It's kind of cool. It gives you a little place to invest. About
Hey, Mark,
yes, sir.
what about something about, maybe, I'm interested in offering you something along the lines of, I'd like to offer you some more than your full asking price if you're willing to be creative.
Yeah, so I have that
Now
in
you're
here
giving him the
already.
incentive fee, if he's willing to do something creative, he's got a chance to make more money.
Yeah. How about I could offer you full asking price. You wouldn't be open to something creative.
Yeah, or I'd like to offer you more than full asking price.
I don't want to ask more than full asking price.
You're looking for responses, aren't you,
Uh,
for a lease option? I'll pay an
yeah,
extra 5,000.
I could offer you.
Or if you want to add up, like the rent over the next 24 months, say you're gonna, average it at say $1,200. That's 24. That's 48. That's $48,000. You know, would
Yeah, I get
I
where
see
you're
you're
going.
asking $150,000 for the house.
I
Would
think that would be a better one for
198,000 work
like
for you?
yeah.
What?
That would be probably a better one for like the second or third text, maybe,
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
possibly. Um, okay, so I could offer you full asking price, period. You wouldn't be open to something creative for 18 to 24 months, would you? I don't know.
How
Does that
about
sound
I
weird?
would instead of I could?
I would. Okay.
I would offer you full asking price.
Okay. You wouldn't
What
be,
about
hey,
I
some,
could?
huh?
And that instead of would or could, what if you put I
If
can't
you would be
offer?
open to do something, if you would.
So I think that's what I had on there before. I can offer you full asking price. Yeah, because I don't want it to be like,
Wishy-washy.
well, I don't want it to be like, yeah, wishy-washy
I'm having a tough time here.
or definite. Can is better than would, I think, because would is like that's what I'm doing. Can is maybe, right?
Maybe,
Would you
yeah,
say?
right. That's right.
Okay. I'm gonna be open to something creative. Okay. What do you think? Should I get rid of the let's talk? How about the yes, no, maybe?
Or
Yeah.
talk soon.
Why would you get rid of it? Like, isn't that the point? Like get them like on the phone?
Yeah.
Let's
Like-
talk is good.
Talk
What's
soon,
that?
preemptive thinking.
I'm sorry, what? You guys are too many talking.
The let's
Please end
talk
with a
is
question.
good.
Okay. Sharonda, what was that? I'm sorry.
The let's talk, that looks good. That sounds good. The let's talk, I think you should keep that.
Okay.
Or
Should I do
talk
the yes,
soon.
should I do the yes, no, maybe, or what?
I think it should be yes, no, maybe, and then let's talk.
Okay.
I think you should just end with the question, as Claude says.
So would you want that? Let's talk before the yes.
Yeah, let's
no,
talk
maybe?
before the yes, no, maybe then. Yep.
Okay. I like that. Oh, you guys are helping me. So let's talk before the yes, no, maybe. Right? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Let's is a really good word that you should use in a lot of different scenarios if you can, not just in business, but let's is a really solid.
Inclusive.
Like an authoritative almost.
Yeah, it's just, well, it's inclusive, you know? So this is my second one. So this one goes out the next day. Hey, I'm checking in again about blah, blah, blah. My son and I are looking for a price. I'm a place just like this. You wouldn't be flexible on price or terms, would you? So this is the one I was talking to Ed about this earlier. One of the things that is really great about the ARIA reply is if they don't respond to the first text, it'll send out a next text. So check it out. It's like this one sends it out. I mean, I can set it up any way I want. So it goes day one. This is one day after. So it's the first day, one day after, 7 days later, and second one, 7 days later, and then 15 days, and 5 days after that. So it has one, two, I think I have like 6 touches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 touches. So, and you can also do, which I've never done, but you can do a ringless voicemail on this also. So, okay, so that's set up right now. Double check and make sure I saved it. Okay, I did. Okay, so then what we do is there's a thing called triggers. So, oh, I want to change the phone number too, actually. So all these triggers are actually, so when anybody says no, supposedly, now this, I don't have this part dialed in yet because for some reason it's just not working the way it's supposed to. But if somebody says no or stop or whatever, it'll do a DNC, do not call. It's supposed to take it out of the system, but it's not working for me yet. So that's something that I have. So my lease option trigger is basically, I'll show you what it is. So when somebody replies, it will add it to an update opportunity, and then it'll reply to the campaign of this, okay? And this is the campaign that it's hitting. And this is confusing as hell, so I don't really want to try to get too far into all this trigger thing, but the triggers are the big part of this whole deal. So you can do, like they have these replied triggers, these maybe. So there's so much stuff that they put on here that I'm never going to use that I need to probably just get rid of. But it'll like do automatic stuff all the time. But since I'm just a simpleton and trying to keep my life simple, doesn't this look hard right here and confusing? So I think I'm going to get rid of a lot of that stuff because the only one I'm really using right now is this one, Zillow Lease Options. Okay.
What was that on the top? Is that stuff that you loaded in there?
No, this is all stuff that they loaded in. All this stuff is all stuff that it comes with, so you can do
Probate and
probate,
bacon.
vacant,
Okay.
you know. There's a cash buyers thing too, which I don't really know how to use yet because it has you can set up a campaign so that when people call in, um, it'll show up. So like here's a good example. So when anybody calls me or texts me, show you here. This is the conversations. So here's a perfect example. This guy. So this is this text. So check this out. So this is a really good one. So check this out. This guy right here, he didn't reply to the first one. He didn't reply to the second one. He didn't reply to the third one. He did reply to the fourth one. Okay. So, and his, how much are you offering? Pictures can be, okay. So you see how that, like you're not missing, if you get, so that went out, he got 4 texts before he replied to me. Why don't we call this guy? What do you guys think? So if I'm going to
Yes,
call
sir.
him, we just go here. I hit that.
Do you have to buy the phone numbers from them?
Yeah, but it's through Trello. Is it Trello? No,
You've reached
Twilio.
the cell phone of Matthew Perillo. I am unable to get to my phone right now, but please leave your name and your number, and I will call you back as soon as possible. Thank you, and have a great day.
The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages
Oh.
at this time. Goodbye.
Oh,
It was
so
gonna be a
I'm gonna
good one,
text. I'm
too.
gonna text him back because Ed and I were talking about the texting. Just try to call. I want to make an offer today. All right. Of
Mark, can I ask you a question? It's
course.
Kyla.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was reviewing all of Justin's videos. I haven't got through reviewing them all, but I am at the point where he's teaching me how to scrape through automated REI. So
Correct.
I guess I'm wondering, do you all still use automated REI solely for scraping or
Yes,
for
that's all I
texting and scraping?
use. That's all I use. And it's super simple. I could do it like super quick. You want me to show you real quick? You guys okay with that? I mean, a lot of you guys I know already know
Oh,
how
no,
to
I mean,
do.
I had just watched. The thing is, I guess I'm just confused as to why you all use REI reply and automated REI.
So some people, so here's a really good example. So I'll just show you on my REI reply. So my son and I are partners, okay? And he doesn't like using REI reply. He likes using the automated REI. And he does it just like Justin does, exactly, except for he makes the calls. So I'll show you exactly so if we go SMS, okay, so he just did this one. When did he do this one? Day before yesterday. Okay. So let's see. He sent it out, I believe. Come on, baby. Yep. So this one got sent out yesterday. So he sent 138 of them, 72 replied. Okay. So what he does is he goes through and he looks for the good ones. So how so? That might be a good one. I will ask the homeowner and text you back. Okay, why 23 months? Yes, with non-refundable down. So that would be a good one, don't you think? Right there to
Yeah,
call?
does he respond directly from automated REI?
No, he calls from his cell phone.
Okay.
So you can't call directly from automated REI. So, and I'm not promoting the REI reply necessarily either, but I know that a lot of people are using it and I think it's a great text and phone platform mostly, So what I find what I have a hard time with is that so if you make a call, or if you really have to be due diligent. So like what Justin does and what Connor does is he'll put like he'll make a call, like let's say he called that one person, somebody says okay, all right. So he calls that person and then goes through the qualifying or the agenda, qualifying, and possibly close. And then if it ends up being a deal, then he takes that information and he puts it into Trello. Okay. And that's exactly what Justin does too. So, and that's it. The system works good, but I have a hard time with it because I kind of like everything to be in one spot for me, you know?
Yeah, let
So,
me, sorry, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but
no, of course.
before I forget, because I forget stuff quick. Can we only scrape through automated REI?
No, you can scrape and you can text blast through automated REI. So this is automated REI. This is an automated REI text blast right here.
Okay.
That went out. So it's 100. He sent 138 texts and had 72 replies. And these are all the phone numbers that he used right here.
Yeah.
So you have to have, multiple phone numbers, and you have to have multiple messages too on the automated REI. So that's one difference that I like with my setup is that, I have one message, so I don't have to do multiple messages. And then that way, they all come back to the same place too. So what I do, I have this thing that's called pipeline. So this is my sort of very similar to what Trello is. Okay, this is how Trello is set up. So when anybody replies to me, this is supposed to be. I have messed this up because it's supposed to be replied. It's supposed to be here, and Ali is supposed to be here. But since it's me, I know what it is. So
No, but
somebody.
that's all right. Because I mean, I don't mean to interrupt you again. It's only because the reason why I'm asking about both programs is because I'm very familiar with the REI reply, but
Okay.
not familiar with the automated REI.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I guess this is my first time hearing about the whole scraping thing.
Mhm.
So I guess, are you suggesting that when I'm scraping, obviously use the automated REI and do the text blast out to the list and then just communicate through whatever phone I use?
So depending on, I mean, if you're going to do you use REI reply or no? Do you have it?
I do have it and I do use it.
Okay. So what I do is I scrape from, just like what I did earlier, I scrape from the automated REI, and then I upload the list into REI reply,
Oh,
and then
okay.
send out a text blast through REI reply.
Okay.
Okay. So I don't send a text blast through the automated REI, but Connor does. So we have two separate systems that we use, but he likes the system better and I like my system better. So it's like we
So
don't.
just preference.
Yeah, it's just preference, absolutely
All right.
preference. So, and we're not. The automated REI is awesome, and to me, it's more steps and there's um more phone numbers, more messages, but once you have all your messages set up and your phone numbers set up, it's not that hard to do at all. It's just my thing is I have a hard time taking information out of the automated REI and putting it someplace else. So that's why I like REI reply, because see how everything is here for me. So, I
Yeah.
mean, like so this is, like I said, this is supposed to be A leads right here. So these are leads that I've talked to that are open to doing something. B leads are people who I had talked to but aren't ready to do something now, but will be ready maybe later on down the line. And then when I call somebody, if I don't talk to them, then I can just move this to voicemail, right? So you see, I've got 31 people who have called this week. 31 people that I called this week that went to voicemail. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll go through. And some of these are some of these are old. So like this one, for example, Georgia. I did Georgia last month, and let's see what this one says. Sorry for late stand. Are you still interested to talk about my home, which is for sale? So see this one, this guy didn't respond to any of the texts until now. So I got six touches, right? Okay, and then he texts me back today. Okay, so that first text went out September 22nd. So it's been a month. Okay, and then this guy texts me back. So this is one thing that the automated REI doesn't do, right? So if I get this one deal right here, it's worth the $50 a month forever. So for me at least. So
Hey, Mark, yeah, REI reply just allows you to manipulate that lead a little bit more and be able to follow up on it more and be able to, tag it with another, text, 2, 3, 4 follow-up where, REI, automated REI doesn't offer that. It's a one-time grab.
So you get a one-time text blast, right? So if they don't reply, so you have it's about 100 or about 65 people who didn't reply, right? Out of the 138, something like that, somewhere in there in that 60 range, 60 something. So they don't get another text, but in the REI reply, they get as many as you want too, and you can set it up to go once a day, once an hour, once a minute, once a month, kind of whatever you want. So I think sometimes, so for me, I like that fact, and I think I need to call this guy right now too and see what happens. Okay.
Hey, Mark, before you call, can I ask you a question?
Hold on. Too late.
The Text Now subscriber you are trying to reach is not available. Please leave your message after the tone.
Call me back. I want to make an offer like in the next 2 hours. Call me back. Whenever I get that text, whatchamacallit thing, I think it's a scam. So, okay, I'm sorry, Alan. Or not Alan, but Aaron, I'm sorry, Aaron.
That's okay, Mark. Yeah, I just
Great
wanted
to
to
see you
ask
too, by the way.
Thank you. Good to see you as well. Just wanted to ask you, the calls that you normally was doing every morning, you're still doing that, right?
Yes, sir. We do it Tuesday and Wednesday, 8:30 Pacific.
Okay.
And then yeah, so just those 2 days right now. So for
Okay,
about
just
an
those
hour.
2 days.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I had intentions on getting involved with that, but because
I
of
would
my
love to
work
have you.
to really ask you is, all you doing are just these Zillow ads. Are you marketing to any other lists besides
Nope,
Zillow?
not right now. That's it. I just do for sale by owners. That's it. So
Okay. Now, how many deals are you closing a month just doing Zillow?
It's about 1 to 2 right now, probably. I got to
Okay.
pick it up some.
Okay. Pretty consistent, or?
Yeah, it's just, it's as consistent as I am. So
I got you.
if I'm consistent, it'll be consistent. So
So, about how many offers are you making a day?
I would say per week, it's probably, well, like I said, it's about me being consistent too, if I'm going to be honest. between 5 and 10 at least 10 offers, I would say, close to 10 offers a week.
A
So
week, and you usually get one deal per month out of that.
yeah, like it depends, you know. Like I got one I'm closing tomorrow. It's all I don't have a I can't really the way my thing's set up right now, I can't really say that I get, you know, I'll get a bunch and then get nothing, you know. So we just got another deal under contract yesterday.
Yeah.
I got one tomorrow that I'm pretty sure I'm going to get under contract. We've already agreed on everything. I'm supposed to get it signed tomorrow. So,
Okay.
you know, so that would be 2 this week, which is good. My goal is to do 4 a month, you know.
Right. Right.
At least. That's what my minimum standard is. Not saying that that's where I'm at right now, but that's where I want to be. So,
Have
um,
you? I'm sorry, Mark. Go ahead.
no, that was it.
Okay. I was going to ask you, have you considered hiring on a team, some help to help you get more consistency?
Um, I need to get myself consistent first before I want to hire a team because it's just a whole different. If I need to manage myself first before I manage somebody else.
I got
You know what
you.
I mean? So I want to be, and I've just had a lot of things going on the last few months that have pushed me off track. So I'm in the process of getting myself back on track. And yeah, I want to manage myself first before I manage somebody else.
I
And
got you.
I'll probably, my first thing that I'll do when I get to that point, which hopefully will be within a couple months, is I'll probably hire somebody to take care of my buyer side
Okay.
because it's not
Now,
working.
far as the buyer side, you usually are able to find buyers pretty quick on these lease option deals, aren't you?
Mostly, yeah, but it kind of depends on the deal and where it's at and you know all that stuff. The one deal I just had last week, I had over 100 people hit me up on it, you know, in 8 days. So,
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty good.
but it doesn't, you know, it was 99 of them were shit, and then
Yeah.
the one that got it was good.
Right.
So, you know, sometimes it's just like that.
Right. Okay. All right. I was just trying to see if I should focus on my attention more so on
But you muted yourself.
right
What?
now. Focusing on I'm focusing on tax delinquent right now,
Hmm.
and I'm trying to see where I should focus the most of my attention. Because you know, with the tax delinquents, they have a redemption period, so many of them want to wait that out until it gets real close before they want to do anything. So
I really feel that um, my goal basically is I'm going to keep doing the Zillow text blasting until it becomes so freaking boring that I don't like doing it, or you know, making it just that it's so second nature because I still am, you know, as I'm showing you on my thing, I don't have. I mean, I have it kind of together, but not. I mean, look at I got 55, 55, and 31. I got to get through all this by the end of this weekend, you know. So, so plus 10. So I've got all these leads I got to deal with, you know, which, and I need to have a life and I need to fix my leaky roof too. So,
right,
um,
okay,
so
all right,
I want to be an expert in this part and then an expert in the finding the buyers. And then at that point, I will, um, you know, get to the point to where
start doing other
hire,
things.
yeah,
Yeah,
hire somebody to deal with the buyers. But I need to have enough deals coming in where I have somebody that can, you know, do the buyers too.
yeah,
You know, like I don't want to pay somebody to do nothing. So,
I know, I know. Okay,
Ladies
and
here,
I
Mom.
hear you.
I'm just, I want my life to be simple. I don't want it to be complicated. And I don't necessarily really like managing people per se because I need to manage myself. So, and that's a pretty big task on its own. So keeping it simple is definitely the way I like to go. So,
Mark.
So, Mark,
Oh.
one more question. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. Go ahead.
No,
No, no, no. You go. And when you're done, I'll go.
I just had one more question. Do you have a website, Mark?
No, I don't.
Because a lot of times, when I was doing the lease options, many of them was asking me, well, what is your website? I need to see your website and to make sure you're legitimate and all of that. I know Justin had a line for that, but many of them won't do business with you if they can't see a website. I mean, that's
I
just
never have that problem. My response to that is no, I don't have a website. It's just me and my son. We're just small little, we're just a father and pop. I mean, a pop and son business. Does not having a website mean that we can't do business today?
Right.
They're gonna go, no. Like nobody's ever not done a deal with me because I didn't have a website. So, and that's just
I almost
another.
lost one for that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think it's how you reply to it, because
Yeah.
because when you turn it around and say, well, my I think Justin has it in his objections thing. He goes, well, my 90-year-old grandma has a website. Does that mean that I need one, or whatever it is? You turn it around and when people ask the question and then you just have a simple pithy answer to reply and then ask them a question at the end of it, then it's never an issue, like
Right.
it's never an
Right.
issue. So, and I don't want to be a big, Sean Terry or Joe McCall or, whatever business that has a website that I got to manage. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Right.
I mean, I can show you, and what I do too, I talked this about before, which I think is a huge thing, is like when I talk to people or when I say to somebody, hey, I'm going to send you over a proposal or an offer or whatever, I'll send them a video and say the video, a Loom video, and it'll say, hey, this is Mark. I just wanted to, this is what we talked about. Here's the agreement or here's the proposal or whatever. I'm really looking forward to talking to you again. I've had people that have said to me, I had one in North Carolina. We didn't end up doing the deal, but it was the lady was like, and I've said this before on this thing. The lady was like, "Well, my mom was all, how can you trust somebody from California? You don't know if they're going to do the deal." And the person I was dealing with said, "Well, he sent me a video, you know, of who he was." So yeah, I trust him. So, and that's
Right.
what it's all about, when you have the conversation with somebody is, you're trying to, people are going to do business who they trust and like, right? So
Right. Exactly.
if you get that part of the, the conversation down in the beginning, it's never, you know, I think I'm pretty fortunate because I've never had that. I did actually have that come up recently. Somebody did want a website, and I told them I didn't have that exact same thing. And but for the most part, I would say it only comes up once every couple months, probably. Out of all the calls I do, I would say maybe 1 in 300 people I talk to says that I want to. Do you have a website? You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if
Okay.
you make it a big deal, it becomes a big deal. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. It's
Gotcha.
more of how you respond to it than anything else.
Right. But that's what I learned from the calls. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And get on the calls anytime, man. I'd love to have you. You don't have to even make calls if you don't want to. Just get on there and hang out with us, and we have a great time for sure in the mornings when we do that. Love to have you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to make calls. That's the only way I'm gonna
Okay,
learn and get
good.
better.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's. I mean, I'm still learning. I'll be the first one to admit I'm still learning. So, what time are we looking at right now? Ooh, we're almost there. Well, I'm gonna finish off this text blast if you guys are all okay with that. Um, I want to get it so it's gonna go out. Okay. So I have my list all uploaded. I'm going back to.
I know the lady had a question, and I
Oh yeah.
kind of started
So Tyler,
talking before
what'd you
she
have?
could ask her question.
I'll just message you later, Mark, on Facebook.
No, tell me what you got. Unless you don't want to.
Because it might be okay. I'm not gonna say it's a stupid question, but I honestly really don't know the answer, so I'm just gonna ask.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, so I know more about the wholesaling side of the ugly houses. The
Okay.
whole creative financing and all that is completely brand new to me. So how is it that you get paid on a lease option deal?
Okay, so I'll give you a quick what do they call it when you do talk about a deal? So I'll run this deal through you what do they call that? Come on, somebody tell me. When you,
Synopsis?
huh? No, we're anyway.
A case
Okay.
study?
Huh?
A case
TV?
Case study.
Transaction engineer.
Case study. I'll give you a quick case study. Okay, so I got a place under contract. Guy texted the guy. He said, yeah, I might be open to something like that. Called him. We talked about it. Followed up with them. Wrote a contract, $80,000, 3,200 down, $1,000 a month for 18 months. Okay, so that's the deal that I signed with the seller. Okay, was the contract assignable, and then put it out on Facebook. Talked to or had 100 people. So basically, I put it out for 85,000. Must have a reasonable down payment, $1,000 a month. That's basically what the ad said in Facebook. Okay, I got 100 replies. Alan came on Wednesday. I said, hey dude, you want to help me with this deal? I'm like replying to so many people. I'll put your number on the thing. So I get a reply, put the number on the thing. Guy calls Alan while we're on the call, right? On Wednesday. Alan does his awesome guts job with this guy. He's got $9,000 he wants to put down. He's ready to do something like 2 weeks ago. He goes out to the place the next day, or goes out to the place that same day. Looks like we had a lockbox on there already. Goes out there and looks at the place, says, yeah, I want to do it. So I sent him the application. They filled out the application. They had good income. They just didn't have really good credit. It was like in the mid fives, which was fine. The owner didn't care. The owners had this place. This is in Birmingham, Alabama. Owner lived in Memphis, Tennessee. He had other properties in Alabama before that, but he sold them all except for this one, and it had been sitting for a little bit. Needs a little bit of work, nothing major. So Alan talks to the first guy that I send to him, and he's the dude that ends up doing the deal. So basically, what we did is we paid the seller the 3,200. They paid $9,000 down. We paid the seller 3,200, and then so we had 5,800 left over. I gave Alan 18, and we took 4 between me and Connor. So does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So, and you can do that. Kenneth and I talked about a deal yesterday that he had where is a possibility to really make some good money over a long period of time. So it's just being creative, but from a bottom line standpoint, like let's just say it was $100,000 house, $1,000 a month, and 5,000 down. Okay. So, and this could be a seller finance deal or a lease option, doesn't matter. So now you jack the price up to 110, you get 10,000 down, and you get 1,500 a month. Okay, if you can. It kind of depends on the situation, but the way that we do most of our deals. So our deal with that guy, we assign that contract to the tenant buyer, and we're out of the deal altogether. So now the tenant buyer and the owner are the ones dealing with each other. So we're no.
So you guys profited from the down payment.
Correct.
And the one where you're saying, okay, is that the only way that we get paid, through the down payment, or are we getting paid over time during that rental period?
You can do both. Okay. So the deal that Kenneth and I were talking about yesterday, there's a possibility that it could, I mean, you know, it was just some ideas. Okay. There's a possibility that two different people could get paid $500 a month for the next 15 years. Okay. Plus a little bit of money up front. So it was like, I don't know, I think it was like, how much was it? Was it like 100,000 each after or something? I can't remember what it
Yes,
was.
it was around 100,000 each.
Yeah,
Once we're paid out.
Yeah. So they'd get 100,000 each after each deal. So it's just, you know, he was telling me this scenario and kind of where we're at and what the price would be about. And so we just kind of came up with some creative ideas on how it could work, you know, and there's lots and lots and lots of variables. That's one of the really cool things about lease options and seller finance deals is it's not like, okay, 10% down, 5% interest. It's like, you know, this particular deal that Kenneth and I were talking about was getting 10% down, paying, kind of splitting that and then splitting the payment, because the way it was set up is that if it was at 8%, it would pay the mortgage plus $1,000 a month. So he and the guy who he's with on the deal would split the $1,000 a month for the next 15 years, possibly. So it could be 10 years, could be 5 years. Kind of all depends. So, but that's what's fun about it is that it's, you know, you're not stuck in a shoebox. You can do a totally look at it in a million different ways, you know. So, and it could be, you could pretty much do the same thing with the lease option or with a seller finance deal. And you can do seller finance deals where you just assign them away and make money off the down payment too. The same sort of deal. So it's pretty much the same thing. So that's about it.
All right,
Anybody else?
thank you.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it made a lot of sense. Thank you, Mark.
And yeah, if you hit me up if you have more questions or if you come across something like that you want me to walk you through it, I'll totally do that, no problem. So, all right, well, it's been a fun hour. Had a great time. Super grateful that y'all are on here. And shit, let's go out there and make some freaking money. Quit doing stairs, Vaughn. Get out of that business before you hurt
I would
yourself.
love to. I'd love to do that. Take this mask off, and yep, you already know.
Yeah. All right, right on, y'all. Thank you so much. Love you. I know I didn't finish the REI reply thing, but we can work on the rest of it next week or something if you guys are interested. So, and you guys know how to get a hold of me. Hit me up.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
All right, love y'all.
All right.